Hi students, welcome back to online classes. So see that one, in the previous class we are started that important theorem, that is a total theorem of probability. So here we are going to start that Bayes theorem. So in the next exercise all the problems depending upon this Bayes theorem and the total theorem of probability. Okay, so see this one here, what is the statement of the Bayes theorem is, if E1, E2, E3 and so on En or n empty, that is a non-empty events which consist a partition of a sample space S. E1, E2, E3 and so on En are the partitions of the sample space S. That is E1, E2, E3 are pairwise disjoint and exhaustive events. That is E1 union, E2 union. Pairwise disjoint is nothing but EI intersection EJ is equal to empty, pairwise disjoint. For all I not equal to j comma I is equal to I comma j is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on n. If you can take any two events, these two are disjoint. That is called a pairwise disjoint. So a sample space, that is E1 union, E2 union and so on union En is equal to S, meaning is there are mutually, that is a exhaustive events. Union is yes, exhaustive. Intersection is empty, mutually exclusive. Okay, and A is any event of non-zero probability. A is any event of non-zero probability, then P of EI given by A is equal to probability of EI into probability of A given by EI by sigma j is equal to 1 to n probability of EJ into probability of A given by EJ for any I is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on n. So here we have to prove this one. So first see the proof here students. Very easy proof if you know the previous one. Okay, so E1, E2, E3 and so on, the set or the partitions of the sample space yes. So this is the partition of the sample space yes. So and also let A is any event of non-zero probability So by the theorem of total probability, so what is that? In the previous theorem we are already proved that. So that is the theorem we are going to use here. Okay, so that is nothing but probability of A is equal to sigma j is equal to 1 to n, probability of EJ into probability of A given by EJ, Okay, so this is the first condition we are taken from the theorem of total probability. So here by the conditional probability we know that by conditional probability already we know one condition. What is that one is probability of A given by EI. So they are asking that probability of EI actually. So what is they are asking to you? So probability of EI given by A. So okay, probability of EI given by A is equal to, so by the conditional probability, what is the condition is probability of E given by F is nothing but probability of E intersection F, that is nothing but probability of EI intersection A by probability of A. Probability of EI given by A by the conditional probability P of EI intersection A by P of A. So that is equal to, so already we know that the multiplication theorem of probability, what is the multiplication theorem of probability is probability of E given by F can be written as P of E given by F can be written as probability of E into probability of, what is that condition? By the multiplication theorem of probability, probability of E intersection F can be written as probability of E into probability of F given by E. So this is the multiplication theorem of probability. So I will use this condition in the numerator. What is that one is? That is nothing but probability of EI intersection A we can written as probability of EI into probability of A given by EI by probability of A. So why? Because it is a multiplication theorem of probability, since by multiplication theorem of probability. So that is the multiplication theorem of probability. So from that one, what we can written as in the denominator, see the denominator, what is the P of A? P of A is nothing but sigma j is equal to 1 to n probability of Ej into probability of A given by Ej. I will replace this value here. So that implies probability of EI into probability of A given by EI by P of A. P of A is nothing but sigma j is equal to 1 to n probability of Ej into probability of A given by Ej from 1. From 1. So therefore P of EI given by A is equal to probability of EI into probability of A given by EI sigma j is equal to 1 to n probability of Ej into probability of A given by Ej. So for any I is equal to 1, 2 and so on n. So see that one, students, a very easy theorem. So first what we have to understand that the set E1, E2, E3 and so on, En is the partition of the sample space. Yes. So if let A is any non-zero probability, so by the theorem of total probability, so what is that P of A is equal to, what is the P of A, students? P of A is nothing but sigma j is equal to 1 to n probability of Ej into probability of A given by Ej. So take that is the equation number 1. So after taking this equation, already we know that by the conditional probability P of EI given by A is nothing but probability of EI intersection A by P of A. So this is the multiplication theorem I am going to use. That what is the multiplication theorem is a probability of E intersection F can be written as probability of E into probability of F given by E. So and also P of A is remains the same. In the next step I am taking the P of A value from equation 1. What is that? Sigma j is equal to 1 to n probability of Ej into probability of A given by Ej. So this is the condition. Okay. So see that theorem, students, very important theorem. So see that one and practice the theorem. So see, students, see the question number 1 in the exercise 13.2. So what is the question is? An urn contains 5 red, 5 black balls. An urn contains 5 red and 5 black balls. A ball is drawn. A ball is drawn at random. Its color is noted. Its color is noted and is returned to the urn. And it is returned to the urn. Moreover, 2 additional balls of the same color, drawn are put in the urn. And then a ball is drawn at random. What is the probability that the second ball is red? The second ball is red. So see that one, students, once again. So in the urn. So in the urn means it is a box. Okay. So in the box, how many balls are there? So in the box, you have in the box they are given that 5 red and 5 black balls are there. So 5 black balls are there. So what they are saying that a ball is drawn at random. For example, if the ball is a red ball or a black ball, what happens? If one ball is drawn, if that ball is red or the ball is black, anyone. If the ball is red, what they are saying that you have to replace the red ball to the urn once again. It will become that 5 red and 5 black balls. So, and also moreover, you have to add 2 red balls once again. So that meaning is the 5 red balls plus 2 red balls, it will become that 7 red balls plus 5 black balls. In the urn, you have a 5 red and 5 black balls are there. If one red ball is drawn, so we have to replace the red ball to the urn. And moreover, you have to add another 2 red balls. So it will become that 7 red balls and 5 black balls. Are understanding that? Then they are asking that once again they are drawing the second draw. They are drawing the second ball from the box. So what is the probability that second ball is a red ball? That is the question. The second ball is a red ball. For example, if the first ball is a black, what they are asking to you? And you have to replace, that is you have to replace this black ball to the urn once again. You are seeing one ball, that ball is a black. You have to put that ball in the box. Next, moreover, you have to add 2 black balls to the balls. So total it will become that 5 red, 7 black balls. So in that case also, what is the probability that the second drawn ball is a red ball? So that meaning is you have 2 cases will be arises. 2 cases will be arises. Are you understand, students? So here the first ball is a red ball and the second ball is a black ball. So the next, that is the first ball is a red ball or a black ball. The second ball they are asking what is the probability of getting a red ball. So see that one. Here we are going to use that total theorem of probability. Total theorem of probability. What is that one? How to use that theorem here? See that one. First I will take that. Let given. First write down the given condition. Given in the urn. Given in the urn 5 red balls and 5 black balls. Total 10 balls. Total 10 balls they are given. So here what I am taking that, let E1. What is E1? E1 is the event of getting the red ball in the first draw. And E2, what is the E2 is? E2 is the event of getting, E2 is the event of getting the black ball in the first draw. So you can draw any ball, it is a red ball or a black ball. So I am taking that E1 is the event of getting a red ball in the first draw, and E2 be the event of getting the black ball in the first draw. And also I will take that P of E1 is equal to, what is the P of E1? P of E1 is equal to the probability of getting the red ball. What is that one is? In the first draw. So how many red balls are there in the box? First in the initial 5 red balls and 5 black balls. What is the probability of E1 is? Probability of E1 is nothing but 5 C1 by 10 C1. So that is nothing but 5 by 10. So that is nothing but 1 by 2. So what is the probability of getting E2? That is nothing but the probability of getting E2 is nothing but the probability of getting the black ball in the first draw. Are understanding that the probability of getting the black ball in the first draw. So in the box, how many balls are there? 5 red and 5 black balls. What is the probability of getting the black ball is? So that is nothing but 5C1 by 10C1. So that is nothing but 5 by 10. So that is nothing but 1 by 2. So that is nothing but 1 by 2. Next, what I will take that, let A be the event, that the second drawn ball is red. Let A be the event that the second drawn ball is red. So here I am taking that. What is that first one is? I am taking that probability of A given by E1. Probability of A given by E1. What is the meaning is? Probability of getting, what is the meaning of probability of A given by E1? Probability of getting the second drawn ball, is red, given that the first drawn ball is red. So what is this? A meaning is the second drawn ball is red, given that the first drawn ball is red. In the box, you have to note that in the box how many balls are there. You have to write down that balls here. That is 7 red and 5 black balls. So because first ball is red, you have to add another 2 red balls to the box. It will become the 7 red and 5 black balls. So what is the probabilities here? So what is the probability of getting the red ball out of these 7? So that is nothing but 7C1 by 5 plus 7, that is nothing but the 12C1. So that is nothing but the 7 by 12. So understand this one. The probability of A given by E1 is nothing but the probability of getting the second drawn ball is red, given that the first drawn ball is red. If the first drawn ball is red, you have to replace the first drawn ball and you have to add 2 more red balls. So it will become that 7 red and 5 black balls. So what is the probability of getting the red ball from this box is? So 7 by 12. 7 by 12. So similarly, we will take that probability of A given by E2 also. Probability of A given by E2. Probability of A given by E2 meaning is same. Probability of getting the second drawn ball is red, given that the first drawn ball, the first drawn ball is black. The first drawn ball is black. If the first drawn ball is black, in the box we have how many balls are there, students? In that case, so that meaning is you will get that 5 red and 7 black balls. Why? Because the same black ball is replaced to the box and we are adding plus 2 black balls. So here we are adding 2 black balls. Here we are adding 2 red balls. Are you understanding that? So that meaning is it will become that 5 red balls plus 7 black balls. So what is the probability is that is nothing but, so what is the probability of getting the second red ball? How many red balls are there, students? Here 5 red balls out of 12. So that is nothing but 5C1 by 12C1. So that is nothing but 5 by 12. 5 by 12. So I am using that the total theorem of probability. We are going to use that. Therefore, by the theorem of total probability, by the theorem of total probability, P of A is equal to P of A. What is the meaning of P of A? P of A is nothing but the probability of getting the second drawn ball is red. So what is the P of A? P of A is nothing but the second drawn ball is red. So in this case, what happens, students? From the definition of the total theorem of probability, understand that one, that is nothing but the probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given by E2. So that is nothing but sigma j is equal to 1 to n P of Ej into probability of A given by Ej. So that is the summation here. So already I know this value, students. So calculate this value. P of E1 is nothing but a 1 by 2 into P of A given by E1 is nothing but the 7 by 12 plus P of E2 is nothing but a 1 by 2 into P of A given by E2 is nothing but a 5 by 12. So take the LCM is 24. So what happens, students? That is nothing but the 7 plus 5. So that is nothing but the 12 by 24. So that is nothing but a 1 by 2. That is nothing but a 1 by 2. So see that question, students. First read the question and understand the question first. What they are saying that in the urn you have a 5 red and 5 black balls are there. 5 red and 5 black balls are there. If the first drawn ball is a red, so see that one, replace the ball and add 2 more red balls. And add 2 more red balls to the urn. Are understand that? Similarly, if the first ball is a black, so see that one, if it is a black, so replace the ball in the box and you have to add the same color. That is nothing but you have to add 2 more red balls to the urn. So in that case, you have 2 cases arises. So what is the probability they are asking? In the second drawn, what is the probability of getting a red ball? So 2 cases arises. So if the first one is a red, in the urn you will get 7 red and 5 black balls. If the first ball is a black, your drawn ball is a black, then in the box you will get 5 red and 7 black balls. So in this case, I will put 1 ball, I will take 1 ball, what is the probability of getting a red ball is. And here also, what is the probability of getting the second ball is a red. So that is nothing but probability of A given by E1 and probability of A given by E2. So moreover, what is the total probability? That is the total theorem of total probability. What we will get that P of A is equal to the probability of getting the second drawn ball is a red. So use the theorem, you will get the answer. Okay. So see that question's theorem. That is see that question and practice that question. So see the next question, question number 2. So what is the question number 2? A bag contains 4 red and 4 black balls, 4 red and 4 black balls. Another bag contains 2 red and 6 black balls. So in the first bag, one bag contains, what is that one? 4 red and 4 black balls. 4 black balls. So this is the B1, bag B1. And another bag you have, in that bag 2 red balls and 6 black balls are there. So this is the bag B2. So 2 bags are given that a bag contains 4 red and 4 black balls. Another bag contains 2 red and 6 black balls. One of the 2 bags is selected at random. And a ball is drawn from the bag, which is found to be red. So 2 bags are there. So they are taken one bag out of these 2, and they are taken one more ball from that bag. So they are identified that that ball is red. What is the probability they are asking? They are asking that this ball, find the probability that the ball is drawn from the first bag. Ball is drawn from the first bag. So understand that question, students, once again. So already 2 bags are there. They are taken one ball, that ball is a red ball. Already they are identified, this ball is a red ball. They are asking that what is the probability this ball is from the first bag? What is the probability of getting this ball is from the first bag? So that is the question. Okay. So these type of questions you have to use the Bayes theorem. Already you know what is the ball you have. So they are asking that this ball is taken from the box B1 or a bag B1. These type of questions we can use that Bayes theorem. Okay. So see that one, students, what is the conditions we are going to take that. Given, so take that one, given the bag B1 have 4 red, 4 black balls. 4 black balls. And the bag B2 have 2 red, 6 black balls. 6 black balls. So what I am taking here, let E1 be the event. Let B1 be the event of getting. Let E1 be the event of getting bag B1, and E2 be the event of getting bag B2. So then what is the probabilities are, students? P of E1 is equal to 2 bags are there, B1 and B2. What is the probability of getting the B1? Half chance, yes or no? What is the probability of getting the second bag? That is also half chance, yes or no? So 2 bags are there. What is the probability of getting the first bag is 1/2. So that is nothing but a probability of E1 is 1/2. Similarly, probability of E2 is nothing but that is also 1/2. So the probability of getting the first bag is 1/2, and probability of getting the second bag is also 1/2. Let, what I am taking that, let A be the event, that getting a red ball, let A be the event that getting a red ball. So here what I am taking that probability of A given by E1. So what is this meaning is the probability of probability of getting red ball given that it is from bag B1. So P of A given by E1 is nothing but they are already selected one bag, that is the B1 bag is already selected. So from that one, what is the probability of getting a red ball? So see that one, students, in the first bag B1 you have 4 red and 4 black balls are there, total 8 balls are there. So what is the probability of getting one red ball? So how many red balls are there? 4C1, total is 8C1. So that is nothing but 4C1 by 8C1, so that is nothing but 4 by 8, so that is nothing but 1 by 2. 4C1, that meaning is we are selecting one red ball out of 4 whole by the total possible events, that is nothing but 1 out of 8. So that is nothing but a probability of A given by E1. Similarly, we can take that probability of A given by E2 also. What is the probability of A given by E2? Probability of getting a red ball given that it is from bag B2. It is from bag B2. So in the second bag you have 2 red and 6 black balls. 2 red and 6 black balls. So 2 red and 6 black balls are there. So what is the probability of getting a red ball? So that is nothing but 2 red balls are there. So 2C1 by total number of balls is 8. So that is nothing but 8C1. So it will become that 1 by 4. 1 by 4. Are you understand, students? So probability of E1, probability of E2, probability of A given by E1, probability of A given by E2. So next you can see that so what is the question they are asking to? Probability of what is the question? See that one question is find the probability that the ball drawn is from the first bag. Probability of the ball is drawn from the first bag, that is nothing but a probability of E1 given by A. So that meaning is, what is this meaning is probability that the ball drawn from bag B1 is given that it is given that it is a red ball. It is a red ball. See that one, probability of E1 given by A. What is the E1? The probability of getting the second bag, that is the first bag. Given that the ball is a red ball. The ball is a red ball. So by Bayes theorem, you have one formula. What is that one? Is the probability of E1 given by A is equal to probability of E1 given by A is equal to, in the place of I you have a 1 is there. So what is the formula will become that probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 by sigma j is equal to 1 to n probability of Ej into probability of A given by Ej. That meaning is you have to take all the sum, that is nothing but probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given by E2. So that is nothing but probability of E1 is a 1 by 2 into probability of A given by E1 is nothing but a 1 by 2 by probability of E1 1 by 2 into probability of A given by E1 is a 1 by 2 plus probability of E2 1 by 2 into probability of A given by E2 is a 1 by 4 is 1 by 4. So you can take the LCM, students. What it will become, that 1 by 4 whole by 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. So take the LCM here. So that is a 1 by 4 by, so that is nothing but the 2 plus 1 by 8. So that is nothing but a 3 by 8. So you can cancel this value, students. It will become the 2. Take this 2 to the numerator. It will become that 2 by 3. So the probability that the drawn ball from the bag B1 is given that it is a red ball. What is the probability is that? That is the 2 by 3. So see that question, students. See the next question number 3. So what is the question number 3 is? Of the student in a college, it is known that 60% reside in hostel and 40% are day scholars. Previous year results reports that 30% of all students who reside in hostel attain A grade and 20% of day scholars attains A grade in their annual examination. At the end of the year, one student is chosen at random from the college and he has A grade What is the probability that the student is a hostler student? So what is the question, students? So in the question they are given that 60% of the students are hostlers and remaining 40% are the day scholar students. What they are observed that in the final examination, out of these that is the 30% students got A grade in the hostler students. 20% of the students got A grade from the day scholar students. So at the end, what they are asking to you, they are selected one student already identified that he gets A grade. He got that A grade. What is the probability that he is from hostler students? He is a hostler student. So see that one, students. So what is the question here? It is a very easy question. So see that question, students. So what is that one? First I will take that let E1 is equal to the student getting the student is hostler. E2, what is that? Getting the student is a day scholar. And then what is the probability? Is the probability of E1 is equal to, they are already given that probability of E1. The student is a hostler students. How many hostler students are there? 60%. So that is nothing but 60 by 100. So that is nothing but 6 by 10. I don't cancel that value, just remains the same. And the probability of E2, what is the probability of E2 is the selected student is a day scholar student. So what is the probability that? So that is nothing but they are given that this value is nothing but a 40%. So that is nothing but 40 out of 100 student or day scholar students. So that is nothing but 4 out of 10. So next what I will get that let A be the event, let A be the event that the student gets a grade. The student gets a grade. The student gets a grade. So here, what is that probability of A given by E1? What is the meaning is that the probability of getting the student gets a grade. The student gets a grade given that he is a hostler. He is a hostler student. Okay, so that is nothing but he is a hostler student. So what is that? In the they are already given that how many hostler students gets a grade. So that is nothing but 30% students get a grade. So that is nothing but 30 by 100. So that is nothing but 3 by 10. So similarly, the probability of A given by E2, that meaning is the probability of getting the A grade from the day scholar students. That is nothing but the probability of getting A grade, the probability of getting the student gets A grade given that he is so day scholar. He is a day scholar. So what is this one? This is nothing but the 20%. So that is nothing but 20 by 100. So that is nothing but the 2 by 10. 2 by 10. So what is that they are asking to you? So therefore probability of E1, the probability of getting the selected student is a hostler student. Already he gets A grade. So what is the meaning is that this is nothing but the probability of getting the selected student is a hostler given that he gets A grade. He got A grade. Already we know that the student got a grade. What is the probability? That student is a hostler student. That is the question. Okay. The probability of getting the selected student is a hostler given that he got a grade. So therefore by Bayes theorem, what is that? Probability of, same formula, probability of E1 given by A is equal to probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 whole by probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given by E2, probability of A given by E2. So that is equal to probability of E1 is nothing but the 6 by 10 into probability of A given by E1 is nothing but 3 by 10 by 6 by 10 into 3 by 10 plus probability of E2 4 by 10 into probability of A given by E2 is nothing but 2 by 10. So that is nothing but 18 by 100 by, take the LCM here in the denominator, we will take that 100 LCM. So that is nothing but 18 plus 8. So see this one, this is equal to 18 by 18 plus 8, that is nothing but 26. So you can cancel that 2 9s and 2 13s. So this value will become that 9 by 13. So give the conclusion at the end, students. Therefore, the probability of the selected student is, the selected student got A grade. What is the probability that? The probability that the selected student is a hostel student, given that he got A grade. So that is nothing but 9 by 13. Okay. So see that question, students. See the question number 4. So what is the question number 4 is? In answering a question on multiple choice test, a student either knows the answer or guesses the answer. So in answering a question on a multiple choice test, a student either knows the answer or guesses. Let 3 by 4 be the probability that he know the answer. 3 by 4 be the probability that he know the answer, and 1 by 4 be the probability that he guesses the answer. So that a student who guesses the anser, will be correct with the probability 1 by 4. Who guesses the answer is the correct. What is the probability is that? 1 by 4. Then what is the probability that the student knows the answer, given that he answered correctly. So see that one question, it is also same model question, what they are giving that one first. So first what we will take that, let E1 be the event, of getting the student knows the answer. That is nothing but knows the answer. And E2 be the event, E2 be the event getting the student guesses the answer. So E1 be the event the student know the answer, and E2 be the event that getting that the student guess the answer. Okay. So what is they are already given that? What is the probability is? The probability of E1 is equal to, what is the probability of E1? So the probability of E1 is nothing but, he know the answer is nothing but 3 out of 4 questions. And the P of E2, what is the P of E2 is nothing but they are already given that the probability that he know the answer is 3 by 4 and he guessed the answer is nothing but 1 by 4. So that is nothing but 1 by 4. So let A be the event, that he answers correctly. So A be the event that he answers correctly. So first one is, see this one, probability of probability of A given by E1, probability of A given by E1. What is the meaning is that the probability of he answers correctly given that he know the answer. He know the answer. If he know the answer, he answers correctly. That is nothing but the sure event. So why? Because already know the answer. So automatically he correct the answer. Yes or no? It is a sure event. Why? Because already he know the answer. Then he correct the answer compulsory. That is there is no chance. That is you will get a 1 only. So see the next one is probability of A given by E1. So probability of A given by E1 is nothing but a probability of he answers correctly. Probability of he answers correctly given that he guessed the answer. He guessed the answer. So that is nothing but he guessed the answer. What is the probability? They are already given that. So that is the student who guesses the answer will be correct with the probability 1 by 4. They are already given this. This probability is 1 by 4. This probability is 1 by 4. So what is the question, students? What is the question is, what is the probability that the student know the answer given that he answered it correctly. So that is nothing but probability of E1 given by A, probability of E1 given by A. What is this meaning is the probability of he know the answer given that he answers correctly. He answers correctly. So that is nothing but a probability of E1 given by A. Probability of E1 given by A. So already he answers correctly. So what is the probability that already he know the question? He know the answer of that question is. So that is nothing but by using Bayes' theorem. By using the Bayes' theorem. So what is the condition you have? Probability of E1 given by A is equal to probability of E1 given by A is equal to probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 by probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given by E2. Probability of A given by E2. So these values are probability of E1 is nothing but a 3 by 4 into probability of A given by E1 is a 1 by probability of E1 is nothing but a 3 by 4 into probability of A given by E1 is a 1 plus probability of E2 is nothing but a 1 by 4 into probability of A given by E2 is a 1 by 4. Is a 1 by 4. So see that one here. So take that a 3 by 4 whole by, take the 16 LCM in the denominator. So 16, take the 16 LCM, we can multiply that, 12 plus 1. So that is nothing but, you can cancel this 4 here students and take this 4 to the numerator. It will become that 3 into 4 by 13. So that is nothing but the 12 by 13. 12 by 13. So see that question students. See the question number 6. So what is the question number 6 is, there are 3 coins. There are 3 coins. One is a two-headed coin. Two-headed coin. That meaning is both the sides are heads only. Another is a based coin. That is, the based coin is nothing but, if unbased coin meaning is nothing but, it will give you that what is the probability of getting the head and the probability of getting the tail, both are same. But unbased coin, the probability of getting the head and probability of getting the tail is not equal. So that type of a coin is that. So that is nothing but another based coin that comes up 75%. That meaning is both are not equal here. 75% it gives the heads only. That type of coins is called a based coin, okay, of the time. And the third one is unbased coin. That is nothing but the same. What is the probability of getting the head? 1 by 2. What is the probability of getting the tail? It is also 1 by 2. That type of coin is called unbased coin. So one of the 3 coins is chosen at random. One of the 3 coins is chosen at random and tossed. It shows heads. It shows heads. What is the probability that that coin was two-headed coin? Two-headed coin. Or understand students? So 3 coins are there. So first we have to see that one. What is that? So given there are 3 coins. There are 3 coins. There are 3 coins. So out of these 3 coins, one is a two-headed coin. One is a two-headed coin. One is a two-headed coin. Two-headed coin. And another one is, and another is a based coin. Another is a based coin. Another is a based coin. and third coin is unbased coin. That unbased coin. So this is the conditions they are given. That given there are 3 coins. One is a 2 coin. That is a two-headed coin. Two-headed coin. Two-headed coin. Another is a based coin, and third coin is unbased coin. So two-headed coin is the first one, and the second one is the unbased coin, that is the based coin, and the third one is a unbased coin. So 3 coins are given. So here what I am taking, that let E1 be the event that getting the selected coin. The selected coin is two-headed coin. Is a two-headed coin. And E2, what is E2? E2 is nothing but getting the selected coin. The selected coin is a based coin. Is a based coin. And the third one is getting the selected coin. The selected coin is unbased coin. Is unbased coin. Unbased coin. Unbased coin is nothing but the normal coin. Okay. So here, what is that one is? The first one. 3 coins are there. What is the probability of getting the first one is? The probability of getting the first one coin is that is a 1 out of 3. Why? Because the 3 coins are there. What is the probability of getting the first coin? 1 out of 3. So probability of getting E2. Probability of getting a E2, that is also 1 by 3. Probability of getting E3, that is also 1 by 3. Probability of getting a E3 is also 1 by 3. Next, probability of A, let A be the event that, let A be the event that the coin shows head. The coin shows head. So first one is the probability of A given by E1. Probability of A given by E1. So what is the meaning is probability of the coin shows. The probability of coin shows head given that the coin is a two-headed coin. So what they are asking to you, probability of A given by E1 is nothing but the probability of coin shows a head given that the coin is a two-headed coin. The coin is a two-headed coin. If it is a two-headed coin, what is the probability of getting a head? The probability of getting head is a 1 only. Why? Because it is a sure event. Why? Because both the sides are heads only. So if you are toss the coin, compulsory it shows the head only. So that meaning is it is a sure event. So that is nothing but a 1. So next one is the probability of A given by E2. Probability of A given by E2. What is the meaning is that probability of coin shows head given that the coin is based coin. The coin is based coin. So this probability already they are given. This is nothing but 75%. They are already given in the question. So that is nothing but the 75% is nothing but 75 by 100. So that is nothing but a 3 by 4. That is nothing but a 3 by 4. Similarly, probability of A given by E3. Probability of A given by E3 is nothing but probability of getting the probability of coin shows head. The coin shows head given that the coin is based coin. The coin is a based coin. Is unbased coin. Is unbased coin. Unbased coin. So the coin is an unbased coin. So what is this probability, students? If it is an unbased coin, the probability of getting the head is a 1 by 2. If the normal coin is there, what is the probability of getting the head? Is a 1 by 2. What is the probability of getting the tail? It is also 1 by 2. It is a normal coin. Are understanding that? What is the probability of getting the head? What is the probability of getting the head? Is 1 by 2. So what is the question is? What is the question? So see the question what they are asking to you. The probability that it was a two-headed coin given that the coin shows a head. The coin shows a head. So that is nothing but a two-headed coin is nothing but a E1. We are taking that. So therefore probability of E1, the probability of E1 given by A. What is this? This is nothing but the probability of probability of the selected coin is a two-headed coin given that the coin shows head. So this, how to calculate this one? By using Bayes' theorem. So how to calculate this one, students? Probability of E1 given by A is equal to, so probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 by sigma. So here we have three events are there. So what we have to written that? Probability of E1 into probability of A given by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given by E2 plus probability of E3 into probability of A given by E3. So replace this value, students. So probability of E1 is nothing but a 1 by 3 into probability of A given by E1 is nothing but a 1 by 3 into 1 plus 1 by 3 into probability of A given by E2 is a 3 by 4. It is a 3 by 4 plus probability of E3 is a 1 by 3 into probability of A given by E3 is a 1 by 2. So in the numerator and denominator each term have 1 by 3 is there. So 1 by 3 into 1 by, I will take that 1 by 3 common here. So 1 plus 3 by 4 plus 1 by 2. So 1 by 3 and 1 by 3 will be cancelled. 1 by, take the 4 LCM here, students. So take the 4 LCM, 4 plus 3 plus 2. So take this denominator to the numerator, it will become that 4 by 4 plus 3 is a 7, 7 plus 2 is a 9. So the answer is 4 by 9. So the probability of the selected coin is a two-headed coin given that the coin shows a head. So that is nothing but 4 out of 9 times. 4 out of 9 times. Okay. So see that question, students, and complete that question number 5 and complete the before examples. So this exercise before examples are there. So that is also the previous given questions. So practice that questions and we will complete that remaining questions in the next class. Okay. So compulsory complete that before this exercise. Some students are not seeing the videos. So if you are doing the lazy, it will become the burden at the end of that in the time of examination. So compulsory see the videos and complete all the problems what we are giving. Okay. So complete these questions and practice that questions and complete that examples. Compulsory, that is the already previous given questions are there in the examples. Okay. So we will continue in the next class.